and how we can relate to each other is drastically underestimated. And I think that if you stop and look at someone else's situation, it's different than really looking from someone else's situation. And by putting yourself in their position, it can go a long way in just opening each other's hearts and possibly wallets because of that. And that we should do some kind of like socialized class and wife swap kind of thing, except not as over dramatic,
but like the Prince and the Pauper kind of thing.
Exactly. Just try to understand where each other's coming from, and then, because right now it's still very stratified, no matter who you're yelling at or who you feel like you're on someone's side of. I think it's a little bit useless just like battling with each other.
Demonizing someone and saying they're the bad guy, they're the problem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
No, I agree. Pointing fingers and just turning someone into a villain isn't really going to help.
Exactly.
I would tend to agree. However, when you're talking about people who aren't exercising that same empathy, what you're talking about is empathy. And I agree with you that empathy is probably the most important thing in the world.
Right.
It's people being able to put themselves in someone else's shoes.
Yeah.
So a lot of these guys in the finance industry obviously weren't very empathetic. They're like, I can make a shitload of money, and yeah, they'll be out of their house, but fuck them.
Right. I think if people took the time to really think about what someone else's situation is like, just structural changes would come from that. You have to get to that step where you're going the extra mile, not just writing laws or whatever, but really talking to people and seeing what the issue is, just deep down of how we are interacting, not just what's written in the Constitution and who gets to make what job.
Right. So what are you studying?
I am pre-med, actually.
Nice. So what are you going to do?
I'm hopefully going to be a doctor. And
more
applying to med school, it is not for the money. I'll tell you that.
Right. And like, what more specifically? A doctor, that could be a lot of different things, right?
Right. Well, I'm a concentration in neurology.
I love the brain.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. And so probably.
Well, that's interesting that you're pointing out the need for empathy and you're studying people's brains.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's fucking great. Let's hear it for her.